You've heard the claim that 75% of resumes get rejected by AI before a human ever looks. That number is wildly misleading, but the reality is even scarier for IT job seekers. Today, we're breaking down exactly how AI agents read your resume, what gets you discarded instantly, and how to fight back.
You spend an hour fine-tuning a 2-column Canva resume with gradients. But when an ATS tries to parse that, columns and graphics can break the formatting, and your information ends up garbled or lost entirely. That means a human might never see it. You could be rejected before the file even finishes processing.
Okay, hold on. Rejected before a human even looks? I thought we'd been saying for years that ATS doesn't auto-reject. It's just a database. What changed?
And here's where it gets tricky. The new wave isn't just keyword matching. You've got AI agents that screen and rank resumes, sometimes giving a match score. And while many recruiters still make the final call, these scores can influence who gets seen first. If your resume doesn't parse well, you might never make it to the top of the pile.
So, we're talking about AI that not only parses, but actually decides who has zero chance? That's a little dystopian. Are you saying the human recruiter never even sees my name?
I'm not saying every company runs Skynet on resumes, but the trend's accelerating. According to one survey, about 62% of job seekers aged 25 to 34 experience silent rejection, never hearing back after applying. That's not a recruiter being lazy. Often it's an agent that never surfaced the candidate.
62%? That's a brutal number. Okay, if my beautifully designed resume never reaches a human, what does the AI actually see? You mentioned gibberish. Give me the raw truth.
All right. When you upload that PDF, a parser strips all formatting. No colors, no fonts. It just extracts raw text. But if you use 2 columns, the parser often mashes the left and right sentences together. So, experience and skills become one block of nonsense like led team to increase revenue Python, AWS Cert project management. It's completely unreadable to the LLM.
Wait, so the AI literally merges my career history with my skills list into a single sentence? That's a disaster. No wonder it thinks I'm unqualified.
Even trickier are those stylish progress bars. You know, Python 90%. Those are often graphics or charts that the parser can't read correctly. Instead of a clear skill, the system might just see a blob of unreadable characters or an empty space, so your key tech skills get lost entirely.
Confidence drops. So there's an actual score that decides if I survive the first 60 seconds? Like a parsing score?
Exactly. And if the parsing is incomplete, the system might flag your resume as low confidence. Then, if a recruiter is scanning through ranked applications, they might never get to yours, because you're buried so deep that they never see the name.
That's terrifying. So my first battle isn't even about keywords. It's about whether the robot can decode my font. What about those weird hidden formatting characters? The ones that sneak in when you copy-paste from a PDF? Could those actually make an ATS reject a resume as junk or suspicious?
Bingo. When you copy-paste from a design tool or a web page, you might unknowingly drag in invisible formatting characters. That can confuse the ATS parser, leading to garbled data. If the system can't parse your sections properly, a recruiter may never see a clean version of your resume.
So, a fancy template with non-standard encoding literally reads like noise to an AI filter. That's wild. Okay, so we kill the template. How do we actually build a resume that an LLM likes? I keep hearing that modern systems use semantic matching to understand meaning, not just exact keywords. Are we really reverse engineering that?
And these LLMs don't just look for standalone keywords. They expect context. If the job description mentions Python and you just list Python as a bullet without explaining what you did with it, the system might not be able to connect the dots as strongly. That means a recruiter might not see it highlighted in the match score.
So I can't just throw Agile in a skills list. The AI wants to see something like led Agile ceremonies for a distributed team of 12 engineers. It needs context, not just buzzwords. That's actually a good thing, but also terrifying if you're used to keyword matching.
And that's why the old trick of hiding keywords in white text doesn't cut it anymore. Modern systems parse the actual text content. If keywords aren't in a meaningful context, they won't boost your score. In fact, you risk looking like you tried to game the system, which can hurt your chances.
So we need a resume that's not only machine readable, but semantically rich. What's the right format then? I'm picturing a .txt file from 1995. Is that really what wins?
One trick that works well is using a plain text-friendly format like Markdown. A single-column layout with clear section headers like experience and projects helps parsing. The system can extract your information cleanly, and that makes it more likely you'll get matched to the job description accurately.
So I should essentially write my resume like I'm preparing a document for a very smart but easily confused robot. That's both depressing and useful. But if I'm using Markdown, do I need to worry about the exact phrasing to boost that semantic match? What about, you mentioned prompt-friendly headers or something?
You're writing for a system that compares words. So if the job description says stakeholder management, you should use that exact phrase, not something like managed expectations across teams. That way, the matching algorithm can pick it up more easily, but keep the language natural so it doesn't sound robotic.
So I'm treating my resume like an SEO landing page. I'm going to need a spreadsheet of keywords and a thesaurus ban. That's simultaneously the most valuable and the most depressing tip I've ever heard.
And just like SEO, the rank is everything. In platforms like Greenhouse or Lever, the system often surfaces an AI-driven fit score or ranking. Recruiters naturally start screening from the top of that list. When there are 800 applicants, being at position 400 means you might never get a look. A human might eventually get to you, but they've already shortlisted 20 people from the first few pages.
So I'm not auto-rejected by a robot. I'm just eternally unread like a 2-week-old email. That's somehow more brutal.
And the silent rejection is real. A recent survey showed 62% of 25 to 34-year-olds got ghosted by AI screening systems. The only hard auto-reject comes from knockout questions. Work authorization, degree requirements. Those are binary gates. No formatting trick saves you if you can't check, yes, I have a bachelor's.
So I can't keyword my way around a missing degree. But I keep seeing warnings that AI-written resumes are a trap. Is that actually happening?
Massively. Scale.jobs found that 75% of AI-generated resumes face rejection this year. The language is too polished. The bullets are all results-oriented professional. Recruiters can smell it in under 3 seconds. And the moment they ask about it in an interview and you can't back up those orchestrated cross-functional synergy bullets, it's over.
So AI should help me find the keywords, but I have to write the actual stories myself. It's a sous chef, not the chef.
Exactly. And brace yourself for the ugly part. A study of 3 major AI screeners found resumes with white associated names were favored 85% of the time, while black associated names were favored only 8.6%. Male names over female names about half the time. The algorithm isn't neutral. It's amplifying the same biases you'd hope a computer would scrub out.
That's horrifying. So not only are candidates under 34 facing a silent rejection rate above 60%, but my own name might be costing me points in a system I can't even see. This is the most depressing episode we've ever done.
Candidates early in their career, in their 20s and early 30s, see silent rejection rates above 60%, according to one survey. The volume means the filters crank up first. So you control what you can. Markdown formatting, exact job description phrasing, no images. And then you hope the human on the other side is caffeinated enough to scroll past page 1. Run your resume and the job description through a tool like JobScan, not to auto-generate anything, just to see which keywords you're missing. Then rewrite those bullets yourself in a single-column Markdown file. And if there's a knockout question for a degree you don't have, no formatting trick fixes that. You need a different path in.
So, Rex, if you had to apply for a sysadmin job tomorrow, would you actually do all this? Or would you just find the hiring manager's name and send them a meme?
All right. Here's the one thing I want you to take away. If you aren't mirroring the exact keywords from the job description, you're invisible. They say project management. You don't write managed projects. Use their exact phrase. That's the game.
If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe and grab our free ATS checklist in the description. It walks you through formatting and keyword matching step by step. See you next time. Remember, careers aren't built by watching videos. They're built by applying what you learn. Pick one thing from today's lesson, build it, document it, and share it. That's how you get hired. Thanks for watching Hired in IT, where we're turning IT knowledge into career opportunities.